Hello, happy Valentine's Day. My name is Ina, and this is my channel, Back to the Love. This is a day where all the lovers are so happy to take a few hours to show their love and appreciation to each other. Personally, I think it's just all marketing and ways to have us spend our money for no reason. However, I don't think anything's wrong if you want to celebrate the one you love. And Valentine's Day is one of the days that people the world over take time out to celebrate. This is a day where you find a lot of folks watch romantic comedies or listen to their favorite love songs. It's also a day where you see young love blossoming. They're so happy and they're in the stores. It tickles me every time when I see young folks, so exciting, learning about love, and they're purchasing their teddy bears, like I saw the other day, and their boxes of candy, and they know that they're hoping that it would make somebody happy. And it's just how life is. We find ways to show the ones that we love that we really care and appreciate them. And celebrating days like Valentine's Day, birthdays, anniversaries, first job, first cars, whatever, we're going to find a way to celebrate because that's what life is all about. Appreciating your loved ones, finding an occasion to show them. But we really don't need occasions. But today is Love Day. Hallmark and all the other card companies, they do a wonderful job describing the feelings we have of love for each other. I've purchased numerous cards over the years for different occasions. But today, I'm sending a love letter, a love message to you. You know, years ago, I penned a poem. I might share it one day. And it's titled, Getting It Out of My Head. Because sometimes we get in our heads and we think things that's not necessarily healthy or true about ourselves. And we can be stuck on that for many, many years, which would be a hindrance for us to love ourselves. And we can laboriously go through our life demonstrating the love we have for others. But you know, I heard not long ago, is it possible to truly love someone until you love yourself? You can have love. Yes, you can receive love and give love, but until you love yourself, is it possible to truly have love for someone else? Maybe that's an age-old debate. I don't know. But I went on a journey in that poem, kind of like the Pilgrim Progress, where he had to go through a lot of changes until he found himself. And that's how I was in that poem. I was a woman in transaction, going through a lot of changes. But I did arrive to love finally. And like we do when we go through challenges and changes, sometimes we're a little tattered and a little worn from the journey. But the way I describe it in the end, it was worth it. So I hope you are somewhere and you're not alone, and that you have someone to love you, and that you're loving. And if that's not what you're experiencing in your reality today, I do hope that you find someone that you can love, because that's really what we need in life. You know, right now, there's a climate that's going around in this country, and I am in the United States, so much divide and so much hate. And it keeps one on edge. It's as if we're in a vice grip right now. We try to let it go, and you watch TV, you hear people talking everywhere you go. It's like squeezing us tighter and tighter. It's trying to squeeze the love completely out of us. That's messed up. That's messed up because we are capable of great love. We demonstrate it every time we can when we really care. The lengths that we would go through to prove to others that we love them is no end. So For all the lovers that's having fun with each other today, enjoy yourself. Celebrate. Celebrate your love. New love, celebrate. It's wonderful. And those who are waiting for their special someone, don't give up. Don't let your heart grow bitter. Don't think that it's not for you, because it's for everyone. Today I thought I would share some of my favorite love movies, love stories. There's so many that I love. And in no particular order of importance. I love lists and I love doing, top 5 and top 10s. But when it comes to movies, and I'd like to share some of my favorite love songs, that can change with experience, from experience. Puppy love, you like the little poppy songs because that's your frame of reference. You only can know so much at a certain young age. But as we get older, our tastes change, we mature, and we understand things a little more. And so the songs that we relate to, or the movies, we grow with them. We grow to appreciate them. So I'm going to share some of my favorite love stories. Poetic Justice with Janet Jackson and Tupac. That movie was part of my youth, and they were a mismatch. But somehow through love, they worked it out. And they were really made for each other. It was perfect because opposite does attract, but there was redeeming qualities that they both appreciated about each other. So it was a good love story. It had some things in it that I wish it didn't focus on, because a story can be told, a romantic love story, without any type of violence, even if it's hidden in windows to it or direct. Because a good love story doesn't need that. Another one of my favorites is Boomerang. It's a comedy, but it's also a love story. Eddie Murphy and Halle Berry, she was right up on his nose the entire time, but he was in a search for his perfect woman, and there she was, just waiting for him to understand that she is perfect for him. That he realized later, and it's funny. Classic movies, they did it quite well because it was focused on just telling a good love story. As movie evolved, the filmmakers wanted to give everybody a little something. We can't just have love. We got to bring in a little violence. We got to bring in a little action. And they put all the genres together, it seems. But a good love story, it doesn't need that. Take, for example, the movie Wuthering Heights. I still cry. That movie was good. I watched it when I was a little girl. I didn't understand it, but I appreciated some of the dialogue. You had Sir Laurence Olivier. I think he wasn't a sir then. Young guy, and I can't remember the lead female actress name, but they were madly in love. And there were some obstacles for them. And they were madly and young as two young people. But there was obstacles of their relationship to grow and for them to really have a happy life together. So they departed from each other, and they came back later in life when they both was living a different life where they couldn't be with each other. But his love was strong. And even though she departed, he told her, come back, haunt me, just never leave me. And so there's a scene in the movie where he believes that that's what's happened, and he went to a place that they enjoyed being together when they were young and in love. It's a tearjerker. I also appreciate Love and Basketball. Such a good movie, because a lot of times when you think about someone having, it's about two young ball players, male and female, that the fame, the glory will go to the male. basketball player because it's a sport that is predominantly, well, were dominated at least by male players. But you know, they went through their struggles because she was playing ball and she never was good as him, but she was improving on her game. They went through all kinds of changes as a young relationship. They had a time where they separated, but they came back together. And he had to do a lot of growing. And she had to be patient with him to get to that state of mind. And it worked out well for them in the end. And I love that movie. It's just a cute movie. And nobody was hurt in making a film. Like, not physically. There's some other movies that I like, but I don't want to recommend anything that focus on violence. Well, except for this one. Because it was Jason Lyric. Man, that movie was good. It was so good. They loved each other. Beautiful love story. But, you know, when the tragedy is sewn in it, it kind of takes the fun out of it a little bit. But it's still a good love story. Songs that I enjoy. Whitney Houston is the top. I Will Always Love You. That song is never going anywhere. I love that on YouTube and on some other social media platforms, they show little babies' reaction to Whitney Houston letting out that note that she, you know, was preparing and building them up and their emotions getting all involved. And then the baby spontaneously crying when Whitney opened up her being, her essence, and let that angelic voice come out. Babies gave way to tears. Powerful song. Not many songs can do that to people. So, if I had to put them in order, that probably is number one. But then I also love a song when I was younger. I think his name was by Walter somebody. It was a long band name. Walter Watts or something. Loveland. Loveland is about this guy who likes this girl. And he like go into his head and start imagining like, I would love to be in Loveland with you. Walking down the street hand in hand in Loveland. You know that beginning stage of love when you fall in, or you liking someone first, and then you actually think you might have a chance to be with them and be in love. You know that bubble you first get in? That's what that song's about. And I liked somebody about when I was 11, and you know, my little fast-grown self, thinking that I knew what that was, even though the song had came out a few years before I turned 11. But I loved that song from the time I heard it. And to this day, I don't care wherever I am at. If it comes on, I'm going to move to it. Because that was my bop. And it's a sweet, positive song. Innocently falling in love with someone. Loveland. My favorite love song, even more than Whitney Houston's. It wasn't my favorite love song for a very long time. Come here, come here, come here, come here. Got to tell you something. Everything I'm about to say is true. I grew up in Detroit. Out of Detroit is Motown. World renowned. So many first-rate acts came out of Motown. So many hopefuls in that city, and I'm sure other places in Detroit and all around, wanted to be one of those successful first-rate acts. People would always go to Motown to show what they can do. But not everybody got in. My father, Joseph Sewell, he and some of his friends were like crooners on the corner. Like, that's what the guys did back then. They all had dreams of making it. So many had dreams of making it in Motown. He and his friends would sing songs. Just young men. He was a young father. Just on the corner, singing, hanging out with their buddies. My mother, beautiful, beautiful soul, who wrote all her life that I could remember. She was a songwriter. She wasn't just a mom. She worked in the home, but she had immense talent, a beautiful soprano voice. But she didn't, that I remember, I never remembered her saying that she wanted to sing for Motown. My father wanted to get in, though. But she was happy writing. My father would sing the song My Girl to my mother. His way of singing My Girl, that song, you know, dum, 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 dum. He would sing those lyrics to my mother, and my mother penned them. She wrote them down. And they thought, this could be something big. My father's love for my mother, beautiful song. Also, my mother was a writer. They found someone that they thought they could trust to take their song to Motown so that they can get into business. My father, I don't know, I didn't hear from him because I was really young. And everything that I heard was, I was like about 8 or 9, so it happened long before then. But this is what we were always told. They took the song to someone in Motown, and they promised to help them, but they did not. They stole the song. I didn't like that song when I heard that. I didn't like that song. You know, my father died early in 72. My mother, I didn't understand why. I think she liked it enough because how could you not like what you create and what was created for you? But it was sadness for her at the same time, just to hear that song. I didn't like it. A movie was named with that movie title. The song is known all around the world. My Girl, come on. You know that song is something else. But My Girl was the words of my father for his girl, my mother. And they stole that from her. But you know, that was messed up. But that was not a unique thing happening in Detroit. I am sure there's countless other people who have a tale about something being taken from them. They had a friend named Philip. He was a good friend of the family. He went to a Temptations concert. This is what he told us. He said he stood up and said, "Y'all some thieves. My friend wrote that song. Y'all stole it." Did he say that to my mom to make her feel better? Or did he really do it? I don't know. But you know what? He knew who they were. He knew that she was a writer. So, I love that song today. I've been loving it for a while, but I didn't when I was younger. I hear that song, I dance to it, I celebrate it, because those were some beautiful, still is, beautiful words of love. My girl. Think about it. Think about the lyrics. Love. It's what we need. It's what we need. And we also need to be kind, patient, and forgiving. So, today, my message to you is enjoy Valentine's Day. Let your heart be filled with all that brings you love and delight. And if you're not in your love land, come on, go listen to Walter Watts. I think that's his name. Go find your love land. Go find you somebody to be in love with and enjoy love with your special person. So again, my name is Ina, and this is my channel, Back to the Love. Happy Valentine's Day. I wish you love. I wish you happiness. And always get back to the love. Come back to the love. Stay with the love, because that's where the good stuff is. I love you. Bye.